in today's video. Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Before we jump into the new colony of Camponotus angusticollis, I'd like to show you the updates on the Polyrhacus furcata queen. 2 days ago, finally we got a pupa, and the other larvae are also growing. I think I counted at least 2 or 3 more larvae and a small clutch of eggs. So I'm quite happy that this queen is doing well and she's feeding regularly, and I'm just waiting for the worker to come out, and then hopefully I'll be able to transfer her to a new test tube, as this one is already a little bit dry and moldy in the back. So yeah, fingers crossed. Now let's wait for another 25 to 30 days and see what the developments. Moving on to another update, the Phaedoli sinica colony. They're doing fantastic. They have been feeding a lot and they always take down everything, roaches, sugar water, and the brood is looking great. Sorry, I haven't got any side light yet, so let me just use a flashlight to illuminate this better. And as you can see, the queen and her pile of brood looking amazing. I'm hoping that I can quickly grow this colony so that I can also rehouse them into a more permanent nest. Some type of nest like the Myrmicaria brunea. The workers are very responsive to food. It's always great to see their feeding response, how quickly they come up and take their prey. And although their entrance looks a little bit messy, the nest overall is quite clean and they process everything very quickly. And now let's move on to the topic of this video, the Camponotus angusticollis sanguinolentus, which is characterized by the orange queen and workers. This clip that you're watching right now was my previous colony, and I had rehoused them. If you remember, I'll put also a link on the corner. I had rehoused that colony into a larger enclosure, and unfortunately what happened was that this enclosure started to develop mold. It was actually too big for the colony itself, and the workers started slowly to die, and yeah, it was a major disaster. I was very upset. Here is a side-by-side comparison of the sanguinolentus queen on the right side and the normal queen on the left side. Just visual. Here is my new colony. I've rehoused them and into a 25mm test tube. Right now they are they're very shy, and at the minimum disturbance they will clump up. As you see in the back of the tube, they will not move and they will just play defensive. I have a big clutch of eggs. You cannot see right now. I have 2 or 3 pupa and some larvae, so everything is looking good. And this is another angle, and the number of workers is also good. They normally forage at night, and once I turn off the lights, this is where they will come out to drink honey water and take the freshly killed roaches. So my plan is to continue to grow them inside this test tube until the point where I will have to introduce another test tube. I'm not planning to rehouse them into anything larger. I think I need to learn from the last lesson, where giving them too much space is actually a mistake, and you can see by this by the way that they behave here in the video, by completely compressing themselves into a corner, that they like tighter space. So this is what I'll try to provide even as they're growing So the same thing happened with the last colony. They were doing perfectly fine inside the test tubes, and then when I moved them to something bigger, the disaster started. So this is it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and see you in next week's video. Bye bye!